talk about the brushes because I love our brush set. We have just an amazing brush set. All of our brushes are really awesome, but the brush set that we have is, I love how it has the cute little zippered case. You get 5 brushes in here for $56, and the case comes with that. And it's got a little divider, so you can fit more brushes in here. I do have a couple other brushes that I love that I'll talk about that I would throw in that other side. But the one that comes with is a powder brush, the big fluffy brush. And I'm not going to show you powder, but powder, you just basically powder with that. It's nice and round. It's easy for blending. It's super soft. Yeah, I love this one. And the next one I'm going to show you guys though is the cheek brush. They're all labeled. So if you forget which brush you have, it does say on there in English and French what it is. But I love our cheek brush because you can use it for your cheek color, your contouring, and your highlighting. I'll show you how that works because you can see how it's just angled like that. It just makes it really easy to apply. So like, for example, if I was going to do my cheek color, I would do, I love this brush. Oh, Leah's favorite. So I would get some cheek color on here, smile, find the apple of your cheek, and you're just blending it across your cheekbone like that. And then you've got some blush on the apple. Then you could take the bronzer or contour color, I guess you'd call it, the contour color, also do contour on there. And it's super easy to just use this curved part and just blend it right into that hollow of your cheek. So it just blends right in there. Or any place else you want to contour, like if you're doing a little bit on the jawline. I usually do a little bit on like along the forehead so that your face doesn't look like it's all one color, especially this time of year when we're all super pale. I just put little bit around the edges in that hollow and along here. And then you can take like the tip and do your highlighter. So you grab your little highlighter here, and just you can go again along the top of the cheekbone, the nose, above your lip, any place you want to put a little highlighter just to make it look like that light's hitting you. But you can see how easy that was, and you just use all the different parts of that. And then of course you can take your big fluffy powder brush and blend a little, kind of do some blending. So love those 2 brushes. And then we also have 3 different eye color brushes in here. So the first one is the all over eyeshadow brush. And I mean, there's lots of different ways you can do eyeshadow, you guys. You can use your finger, you can use a little sponge tip applicator. The thing I've always thought, I'll show you with my finger, is with the sponge tip applicator or your finger or something, it just kind of, it's a little unwieldy, and it just kind of maybe deposits a bunch of color, and then you have to really try to blend it. Whereas when you're using a brush, it blends easily. So for this one, I would just like pat some on both sides of your brush, and then you're just patting it on your eyelid as well. So just patting it along. This color, it's my favorite color. I forget what the name of it is, but it's a good base color. And so that's why I like the all over eyeshadow brush. It's really great for applying that base color. And it goes along nice and even. It makes it look nice and smooth. So that's the all over one. Then we have the eye crease brush for applying color in the eye, in the crease, not in your eye. Don't put the color in your eye, but on your crease. So I'll show you an example again with my finger. If I was just to take like, say, a darker color for my, I just not even aiming well with that. Don't do that. Okay, so that's the what not to do. This is the what to do, is you pat some color, and I would pat always with your brushes. Don't sweep because it just makes a big mess. So you're gonna pat some on there, and you want to get a lot, because if you put a little bit, it kind of comes out patchy. So with this brush, you're just putting it in the eye crease. It's even kind of angled so that it makes it easy to just kind of sweep it back and forth here along that crease of your eye. And then you can also shape it a little bit, like if I want to come out here and hit where I have my eyeliner, and there you can see it just It did go on way better than on this other side where I tried to use my finger. Anyway, so you can just apply it more exactly because of that curve of it. So you put the tip in the crease and then have that flat on the outside right here. So just makes it easy to sweep that on. And then one of my other favorites is the eye smudger brush. And what I would use this for is just to put a little bit of color more exactly where you want it. You can see how it's kind of tighter bristles, a rounded tip. And so I would say take maybe just a slightly darker color than that, get it on there. And I use it to just do kind of this outer corner, or also just do a little underneath the lower lash line. I feel like a little bit of color along the lower lash line really makes it pop. And then you don't need to put mascara on your lower lash line. So, so I love the smudging brush. And you can even just smudge like where I have the eyeliner, just put a layer of shadow over the liner with that smudging brush. And that also blends it really well. For this look, since my eyes looking a little dark and dramatic and I already have deep set eyes, I would just grab the all over eyeshadow brush again and take like a brighter color, like something with some shimmer to it maybe, and just pat that like in just the center to just brighten it back up. So you can see how that brightens it back up a little bit. Okay, so that set comes with all of those brushes for $55 or $56 and the case. The two brushes that I would add to that would be the blending brush and the eyebrow eyeliner brush. Now, the blending brush, you can blend with the all over eyeshadow brush. I always used to do that before we got a blending brush, but now that we have the blending brush, you want the blending brush. It's so soft and fluffy. What was a show where they were like, it's so fluffy, I'm gonna die. It just makes it super easy to blend. And so you can see how it's kind of a dramatic line here. As soon as you just sweep this across here, it becomes a soft line and just blends so easy. Like it's barely even did that. And you could blend more than that, but like, there we go. Even the side where I messed it up with the blending brush, I can fix it. So love the blending brush. And then the eyebrow liner brush has a side where you can comb out your brows or your lashes. And then on the other side, it has this angled, fine-tipped end to it where you can do a little bit more precise lining. So I love using it with, say, any color eyeshadow really over an eyeliner and just making it pop. But most often I'll just use black and tap it in there a little bit, tap it off so you don't get black freckles everywhere. But if you just press it right along the base of your lash lines, it just really, it's like, oh, what's the thing people are always doing now? The tight lining. It just kind of tight lines it and gives it a little more pop without, I mean, you can use it even instead of an eyeliner, because if you're eyeliner handicapped like I am and eyeliners scare you, this is an easier option because you're just patting it right along here. You're not trying to draw this perfect line. Gonna pat, 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 turn it around. And then you could even use it to like line your brows. My brows are pretty dark, so I could actually use that black eyeshadow in here and just kind of put little hair-like strokes to be able to just, deepen that the brow a little bit. If you have like more like blonde hair, I'd use something like hazelnut, and or espresso if you're more of a brunette. But my brows are pretty black. Like I put the dark brunette brow tint on, and I'm like, it's lined up my brows. So, but yeah, so you guys can see how just having those tools can make your life so easy. So I'm gonna just see if any of our guests have any questions about those, or consultants too, if you guys have any questions about the brushes. These are the two I would add to that brush set. This one's 12, the blending, and this one's 10, the eyelining brush. So for all, and you can fit them in the case here. There's plenty of room for extra brushes. So any questions, you guys, on those?
Oh, I kind of had one.
Yeah.
What Or for like foundation, do you prefer like a sponge or do you prefer using a brush to apply your foundation? What do you prefer?
Brush. I don't
Brush.
know. The sponges are just weird to me.
Yeah, I love.
A lot of people swear by sponges, but every time I try it, I'm like, yeah, this is just not for me. I love a brush, and I use it even with my cream to powder foundation. I'll still use a brush. Even if I'm putting CC cream on, like all the different foundations go on better with a brush.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Good question. Did anybody else have questions?
I was always told, I had somebody tell me before I used a brush, it's like, well, you can dig a hole without a shovel, but a shovel, or a shovel helps. And they're like this thing. You can make up without brushes, but they help.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I think before I did Mary Kay, I thought I'm just not good at makeup because I'd ever only tried to apply with like sponge applicators and stuff. But yeah, just having the right brushes, I think makes all the difference.
Mhm.
Oh, yay. Well, I know we had a couple of guests on and consultants. So thank you all for being here tonight. So next week we are going to be talking about, actually we're going to be trying a look from the winter catalog. It's the Pink Pop look. So if you are a guest and you would like some samples, ask your consultant about samples, because us directors will help them get samples to you if they don't have samples, but that way you can try the fun look with us. So, and even if you just want to follow along at home with the makeup that you have at home, you can do that. Or if it's just entertaining to watch us do stuff like me tonight. We always love to have you guys join us and appreciate your feedback so much. So, and we will be getting out our February calendar really soon because we've already got it planned. We've got lots of fun, exciting stuff for you guys in February too. So thank you all for joining tonight. And I'm going to stop recording. There we go.